you're probably doing it backwards. Most people think they need to be completely debt-free before they can start building wealth, and that single belief is costing them years, sometimes decades, of financial progress. Today I'm going to show you the exact sequence that lets you attack your debt aggressively while simultaneously planting the seeds of your investment future, and by the end of this video, you'll have a clear action plan you can start using tonight. Let me paint you a picture. Two people, same income, same amount of debt. Person A waits until every single dollar of debt is gone before investing a single cent. Person B follows the strategy I'm about to share. 5 years later, Person B has significantly more wealth, even though they paid off their debt at roughly the same speed. The difference isn't income. It isn't luck. It's sequence and psychology, and those two things change everything. Before we get into the strategy, we need to talk about something most financial advice skips entirely. Your relationship with money is emotional, not logical. If your plan is too aggressive and leaves you with zero breathing room, you'll abandon it within 3 months. The most mathematically perfect debt payoff plan means absolutely nothing if you can't stick to it. So everything I'm going to share is designed to be sustainable, not just optimal on paper. All right, step 1. You need to know exactly what you're dealing with. Write down every single debt you have, the balance, the interest rate, and the minimum payment. No guessing, no rounding. The act of writing this down alone changes your relationship with the numbers because you stop letting debt live as a vague, scary thing in the back of your mind and you face it directly. Most people avoid this step because it feels uncomfortable. Do it anyway. Step 2 is where the strategy gets interesting. You're going to divide your debts into 2 categories. High interest debt, which is anything above roughly 7%, and low interest debt, which is everything below that threshold. This distinction is crucial because it determines what you attack and what you simply manage. High interest debt, think credit cards, payday loans, certain personal loans, destroys wealth. It compounds against you faster than most investments can compound for you. Low interest debt, like many mortgages or some student loans, is a completely different animal. Here's the core principle. You aggressively eliminate high-interest debt while making minimum payments on everything else. At the same time, and this is what most advice misses, you immediately begin contributing enough to your employer-sponsored retirement account to capture any matching contributions your company offers. This is not optional. Employer matching is a guaranteed, instant return on your investment, often 50 to 100%. Passing that up to pay off even high-interest debt faster is a mathematical mistake you'll regret. So the order looks like this. First, build a small emergency fund, around $1,000 minimum, just enough to prevent a flat tire or a medical bill from destroying your progress. Second, capture every dollar of employer matching available to you. Third, attack your high-interest debt with everything you have left, using either the avalanche method, which targets the highest interest rate first, or the snowball method, which targets the smallest balance first. The avalanche saves you more money mathematically. The snowball creates momentum psychologically. Neither is wrong. Pick the one you'll actually follow through on. Now let's talk about finding the extra money to make this work faster, because the speed of your debt payoff is directly tied to how much you can throw at it beyond the minimums. There are 3 levers you can pull: reduce expenses, increase income, and redirect windfalls. Most people focus only on cutting expenses, and they run out of things to cut within a month, then feel stuck. The more powerful move is increasing income, even temporarily. A side project, selling and used items, picking up extra hours, these create fuel for your debt elimination engine without requiring you to live like you're in financial prison. Windfalls are underrated. Tax refunds, bonuses, birthday money, any unexpected income should go directly toward your highest priority debt. Not into your regular account, where it quietly disappears, directly to the debt. This single habit can shave months off your timeline without changing your day-to-day lifestyle at all. Once your high-interest debt is gone, something remarkable happens to your cash flow. Those monthly payments you were making suddenly become available for investing. This is the moment your wealth building shifts into a higher gear. You can now increase your retirement contributions beyond the match, open a Roth IRA if you qualify, and start building a taxable brokerage account if you want flexibility before traditional retirement age. At this point, low-interest debt becomes a judgment call rather than an emergency. Some people prefer the psychological freedom of being completely debt-free. Others recognize that historically, diversified investments outperform low-interest debt costs over long periods, so they invest rather than overpay on a 3% mortgage. Both approaches are valid. What matters is that you're intentional about the choice rather than defaulting out of fear or inertia. Here's the thing nobody tells you about this process. The discipline you build while eliminating debt is the exact same discipline that creates long-term investment success. You're not just fixing your balance sheet. You're rewiring how you think about money, delayed gratification, and building systems rather than relying on willpower alone. The people who transform their finances aren't the ones with the highest salaries or the most sophisticated investment strategies. They're the ones who got clear on their numbers, picked a sustainable system, and executed consistently even when progress felt slow. Slow, steady progress compounds into extraordinary results over time. So here's your action plan starting tonight. List every debt with balances and rates. Identify your high-interest debts. Check if your employer offers a match and start capturing it if you aren't already. Build your small emergency buffer. Then attack high-interest debt with maximum intensity until it's gone. You don't have to choose between escaping debt and building wealth. You can do both, and the sooner you start, the more powerful the results become. If this gave you clarity, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and drop your biggest question about debt or investing in the comments below. I read every single one. Hit the like button. It genuinely helps this channel reach more people, and subscribe if you haven't already because we go deep on personal finance, wealth building, and financial freedom regularly.